to the ring.
Alright everyone, and welcome back to the 4th week of Fordo Sage Esports. Here today we have JV Smash, and for our first set we'll have Grape versus Dark. Grape, obviously, one of arguably the best player in Fordo Sage's JV team. So set should begin shortly and we'll see how it goes. Alright, and it looks like for our first match of the day, we're going to have Dark's Cloud versus Grape's Sephiroth. Both these characters, sword characters, however, obviously, you can see here, Grape's sword going to be a lot larger. Sephiroth having a bit more range than Cloud does, however, does make up for it by generally having slower attacks. Cloud also a bit heavier than Sephiroth, funnily enough. This character is very, very light, meaning that attacks like that will be able to kill him. Sephiroth has a unique one-wing mechanic, and as we can see here, it just activates, which gives him super armor on smash attacks and an extra double jump when he's at high percent. However, Cloud has a unique limit mechanic, which powers up special moves once that meter next to his character icon is full. So these characters are generally going to want to try and enact their game plans. Sephiroth keep Cloud out. Cloud want to generally get limit, confirm into his kill moves, and avoid getting off at all costs, because as we can see here, this character is prone to dying once he leaves the ledge, and that down smash is going to kill Grape there. As we can see, that low survivability from Sephiroth coming into effect just whiffs him on the limit cross slash there. Grape's able to retaliate with a forward smash, go back center stage, takes gauge control, bumps up, trying to get that limit. Once again, this character has incredibly powerful special moves with limit. Basically, all of them turn into kill options, and his recovery notably gets a lot better. He has it. The one limit of limit is that it does get automatically burned after 15 seconds, even if he doesn't use a special move for it. So he's going to have to use it relatively quickly. It looks like he's trying to confirm until either limit cross slash or finishing touch, as we can see there. And the wind box on finishing touch looks like it's going to take Grape's second stop. Grape taking it a bit more slowly. That move has a special kind of hitbox, which simply moves the opponent without putting them into hit stun, called a wind box. And as you can see there, it can lead to some cheeky scenarios like that. Grape now down to stock at 59% as his up smash takes out Dark's second stock. Both characters now on one stock. That up smash obviously a signature of Grape's playstyle. Here goes for the counter, but doesn't get it. Sephiroth's counter is unique, as it will still trigger even if it doesn't actually hit anything. It's the only counter in the game that will do that. Dark has limit with the finishing touch. The one weakness of that move, aside from its poor range, is the fact that it only deals 1 damage, which means that on shield, it is going to be very, very punishable if the opponent blocks it. That dash attack very nearly killing Hover Grape. Grape finishes it out, predicts it, goes for the finishing touch, once again not able to kill. Grape baiting out an aggressive approach and lets the forward smash rip a bit earlier, using his excellent range, trying to get that percent deficit. Just barely with the up smash. Cloud's own dash attack, not forward smash, not having enough range to reach. Gets it with a dash attack, goes for the climb hazard, doesn't get it. Goes for a whip forward smash, interrupts the limit charging with a dash attack of his own. This and that is going to be the game. Grape takes game 1. As we see here, both players early game plans pretty well. Grape playing a bit more of a general game. Dark choosing to prioritize getting limit. It did work out pretty well for him. He was able to get that very first stock using the wind box, the finishing touch. However, he didn't actually get that many like solid conversions or kills with limit. So I feel like he might be prioritizing it a bit more than he probably should be. He should probably go for more edge guards, especially. Well, both characters should be going for more edge guards, but especially because Sephiroth is such a light character, killing him early is going to be essential, and edge guards are generally a good way to do that. Sephiroth's recovery can be good, however, with how Grape likes to use it, he likes to fully charge that up special, which changes its properties and animation, which gives it more startup. So if Dark really wants to take advantage of like these early stocks, he should use that as an opportunity to get limit, or just as an opportunity to hit it with an aerial off stage. For what it's worth, Grape could also do with going for more edge guards. Cloud's recovery is one of the worst in the game, and it means that even though he has a similar weight, he has a pretty average weight, he can die very, very early if an opponent is aggressive enough. And Sephiroth's recovery covers enough distance to where getting an edge guard and going back to stage shouldn't be too big of an issue, especially considering the relatively low range of Cloud's own recovery. There are both players going to standalone characters in the game to go into College Pokemon Stadium. This could potentially be the strategic counter to Dark. Those platforms on the side means that Cloud's aforementioned terrible recovery gets lessened somewhat in severity, since he can go to platform instead of having to go back to ledge or back to stage. That's our third option. Technically getting him some out of jail free scenarios if he's able to space himself correctly. Great signature up smash, however it misses. Being able to get the dash attack though, Dark nearly has limit. Choosing to zone out with Blade Beam, hits him with limit Blade Beam, sends Grape off stage, doesn't go for it, instead charging that limit. Once again, shooting and trying to prioritize his powerful special moves. It's on off stage, air dodges through the up smash, and Grape's been using a lot fewer up smash than he typically does, and that down air, even though it does have great range, is not going to be enough range to outspace Dark's up smash. Limit Blade Beam yet again dealing 19% clean. Dark is still at a decently low percent. It's pretty high, but Sephiroth might not be able to kill just off of here, and I stand corrected. That is going to be enough knockback to take Dark's very first stock. Grape not letting Dark build too much of a lead on him. Goes to the aggressive landing once again. However, Dark just misses the up smash punish. That could have potentially been a huge conversion if it had actually hit. Goes for his own smash attack to counteract Grape's, and it actually works out for him. Grape having trouble discerning where Dark's going to be. I've seen a lot of forward smashes going in the opposite direction. Either he's predicting him rolling out, or he's simply misinputting. If he wants to be able to win this set, he'll have to focus on that. Hits him with the up special. Grape, and that recovery from Cloud, as we can see there. This character does not have a lot of range on his up special, which means that a good, solid, clean hit like this is could potentially be the game, and that is going to be it. Grape takes game 2. Is, I believe, going to be the set. Alright folks, apology for the wait, but we should have another set beginning very, very soon. Alright, there appear to be some slight technical difficulties. We will get back to you when we know what's going on. They were having problems connecting to one of the schools.
Step into the ring.
Alright, apologies for the delay. Once again, we had some technical difficulties. However, we should be able to begin soon.
It's now, it's never, and I've got to make my decision. This time it could be my moment. Is this a mirage or just to fulfill my mission? I'm living in a darkland. The left is in a lost end. A heartbeat for demon. Always is in a siege land. I'm giving the balance, but I'm standing on razor's edge now. Real quick, or my life is over.
Step into the ring.
Alright, and our set should be starting soon.
It's now or it's never, and I've got to make my decision. This time could be my moment. Is this a mirage or just to fulfill my mission? A river in a darkland, the left is in a lost end. A heartbeat for a demon, oasis in a siege land. I'm giving the balance, but I'm standing on razor's edge now. Real quick, for my life is over. When strike just a fade, then I'm out of his field of vision. Don't ask if I'm ready, but I'm ready to strike him down now. And just so the new starts, there's no time for indecision. A river in a dry land, the left is in a lost hand.
Right, and it looks like our set is about to begin. We have here Grape versus Ashdod under the tag Pirate 1. And we have Grape going Sephiroth and Ashdod going Incineroar here. This character, very heavy, very slow, and very, very strong. And in the unique unique revenge mechanic, when he counters certain moves, it powers up moves that he does later. However, he actually needs to use the move in order to take advantage of that, and he is simply getting juggled here. Grape dominating stock 1, nearly taking it, not air dodging through it, instead trying to line with the get up attack there. Doesn't hit the lariat. Does get hit by it that time though, as Grape goes for the counter trying to do it. Looks like Ashdod's mainly going to be using a lot of special moves here. That could be very punishable, as we can see here with Grape with that up smash, taking Ashdod's first stock in absolutely dominant fashion, only taking 28.7% of the gold. Using a lot of that up smash. This is the Grape we know, ladies and gentlemen. This is the play style that he's become known for. Uses a lot of that up smash, lets people just run into it themselves. Aggressive use that up B to get back on stage, and Incineroar does not have the range to contest Sephiroth. If Ashdod wants to be able to win this set, he will need to rush down more than he is. And again, he's hitting a lot of these lariats. Grape not able to get out of the way. But does 3 lariats in a row, but gets caught by the fireball. Tries to go for an up smash, however doesn't get it. Goes for the forward smash, barely whips. Dash attack. Sends him nearly off stage. Up smash catches him yet again. Goes for a back air to send Ashdod off stage. And then hits with another up smash. Once again, taking a stock with that move. Ashdod now on his last stock and Grape at high percent, but still on his first. Incineroar, very strong character though. Grape could lose a stock. Here we see Lariat coming into play. Grape air dodging the platform, just letting Ashdod. There's an intense stare down here. Gets hit with the Lariat. Looks like he's trying to kill Grape off the top, although a strong Lariat might actually have the power to kill you at this percent, even through the other side of the stage. Oh, Ashdod just not air dodging. He's not air dodging through these up smashes, and he's getting absolutely smoked for the 3rd stock in a row. Loses it to an up smash, and Grape takes game 1. Ashdod not using a lot of the tools that Incineroar is really known for. Not using his good tilts, not using his smash attacks as a method of punishing unsafe moves, not even using revenge. If Ashdod wants to take this, he's gonna have to start using what Incineroar's good at, but if he doesn't, and he like refuses to punish these things or even just air dodge through, Grape could very easily get away with just using nothing but up smash and potentially take this set. One of up smash's main weaknesses actually is the ability to air dodge through it. Now obviously you can mix up the timing, but because the hitbox doesn't last for very long, it's a pretty reliable way to get through it. But if Ashdod doesn't do that and he just like continuously just runs into these up smashes, then I don't think Ashes here is gonna have a chance of taking it against Grape. Sephiroth just has too much range, he just deals too much damage. Then again, we'll see. He might switch characters. This may be like a secondary, tertiary character that Ashdod isn't that familiar with. He might try changing the stage. Kalos offers more recovery options. Town and City also offers more recovery options, though they're a bit more vertical in nature. In their recovery, huge factor of consideration for Incineroar, considering how bad it is. Then again, it might not be as big as of a deal as typically is. Grape doesn't typically go for edge guards. He chooses to keep center stage and just ledge trap people. Wait for them to get up from ledge or land on stage and then punish them with like super powerful smash attacks, and it appears to be working for him. So that might not be that big of a consideration. In which case, Grape is probably want to go with a character with a stage like Final Destination, because then his opponents will have nowhere else to go. They just kind of have to stay on stage. They don't have any platforms to run to. They don't have like any things that need attention to get caught on. They'll just be forced to run into his hits. It's interesting to see what the stage could be here. Then again though, he might switch off of Incineroar, in which case character to beat Sephiroth, probably a zoner of some variety, a character like Samus who has good projectiles, or another character who's really able to match his melee range, though obviously the characters that are capable of that are few and far between. And we see Grape here instead going with the switch to the Greninja. Or sorry, no, we see Grape going Incineroar. The characters have been swapped. Grape going Incineroar, and Ashdod going Greninja. Greninja is a lot faster of a character. Tries to go for a counter there. This character, very fast, using a lot of special moves here. It looks like his strategy is to just try using that. However, Grape is using none of it. That move is very unsafe on shield. Brings the counter. Great punch with the forward smash. Now Grape might use a few more of Incineroar's strong tools. You can already see him using a lot more smashes. Goes for the revenge, however the Shadow Sneak side special from Greninja isn't able to quite get it. Goes for a pummel, doesn't actually go for a throw at all. Goes for a throw that time though. Looks like he's trying to pummel and trying to get a hang on where that is. Grape simply fading back, getting grabbed once again. Hits him with the up smash, sends him off stage. Goes for the counter, isn't able to get it. He's probably going to get back run off stage. Greninja's recovery is good, but Incineroar's edge guarding is scary but limited because of how bad his own recovery is. Also with the Lariat, tries killing him off the top, doesn't go for it. Grape just standing in place, letting Ashdod approach him, and it appears to be working. Nearly kills with a vertical Lariat, and that up smash is going to take Ashdod's first stock. Grape going his own character, perhaps as a sign to sort of anger him. Usually when someone switches to the character that you're playing in this game, it's sort of an indication that they can play it better than you can, and he might be looking to anger Ashdod to make mistakes. Players tend to make a lot more risky approaches when they're mad. Goes for recovery, and Greninja does not have the airspeed for it. He's very fast on the ground, but very slow in the air, so you can angle that, though, which is why his recovery is typically seen as good. However, Grape also going to die off stage, not using the side beat to recover that Lariat move that we can see him using a lot. That doesn't put him in a free fall. He can't just use that off stage. The Revenge, able to predict it, goes for the up smash instantly. Ashdod finds himself at 82% at match point. Grape only having taken 16.8. Goes for a vertical area, trying to get him fully charge the up smash, hoping that Ashdod simply runs into it, and he will run into that forward smash as Grape takes the set 2-0.
It's now, it's never, and I've got to make my decision. This time it could be my moment. Is this a mirage or a chance to fulfill my mission? A river in a darkland, the left is in a lost land. A heartbeat for
into the ring. Step into the ring.
Right, our next set should be beginning very shortly. Alright, and here we go. For this set here, we'll have Cola versus Destruction. Cola playing Roy, typical, and Destruction playing Bowser Jr., specifically with the Morton skin. This character, not thought of being too strong, however, he does have some interesting gimmicks. For one, his body and his cart are actually considered two different hitboxes, meaning that if the opponent hits the cart, he takes less damage, and if he hits the body, he takes more. However, in this game, if you hit both at the same time, the cart takes the damage instead, so this character, on average, will actually take less damage than every other character in the game. He also has some unique zoning options. He has the Mecha Koopa, which you saw at the beginning of the game today. It sort of goes out and looks for the opponent, and if it hits them, will explode directly on top of them. However, by not making use of that, he's potentially putting a bit too little space between him and Cola. Roy is a very up-close character, and that forward smash is going to take the first stock. This character is unique, as his sword deals more damage the closer he is to his opponent, so he wants to rush down, get in as close as possible, and just deal a ton of damage. See here, that forward smash does incredible amounts of shield damage. Very high damage, high knockback character. Bowser Jr., heavier character. Roy's a bit average, a bit below. And we see here Destruction SDing Cola, now 2 stocks up on game point here. He only has 1 stock to take. He's at 112%. Bowser Jr. does have some good kill options. We can see that Mecha Koopa being experienced again. That forward smash that we see here, that's going to be very scarily. It's actually safe on shield. And Bowser Jr. has a lot of kill moves, specifically Jab. It's one of his best ones. The Jab that kills, very rare in this game. Cole is just not giving them the opportunities, avoiding Mecha Koopa, interrupts the forward smash. Oh, doesn't get hit by it. That Mecha Koopa will explode on its own after a while. It won't latch onto the opponent anymore. He just barely spaced it out. Just barely avoids the up air, uses the neutral special, tries to get him off stage, not able to. Cola surviving at 184%, and he gets clipped by the up special. That explosion of the clown car is going to deal insane knockback, and that is going to be enough to take Cola's first stock. However, Cola still is 2 stocks, 1 stock up. over Destruction. Oh, just barely off stage. This could be bad. Roy's recovery is not always, and he forgot he had his double jump. Cola SDs in a second stock. All of a sudden, this game is neck and neck. He has a 51% lead, but Cola could potentially be in some trouble here. Forward smash does have more range. He's able to go through the jab. Sends Destruction off stage. Keeps him doing it. Tries to up special to kill him off the top. However, it doesn't quite hit. Hits him with the side B though. That move is extremely strong. One of Roy's best kill options. Goes for a back air. Doesn't get it. Gets a forward tilt. Weak forward tilt instead. Trying to avoid the stage. Runs. It looks like Destruction tried doing something there. However, Cola is going to interrupt whatever it was he was planning with the forward smash. Sweet spot going to be more than enough to kill, even from near center stage. Cola takes game 1. I was surprised at how little Destruction here was using side B. That approaching a dash with the clown car is one of Bowser Jr.'s best moves. It has armor, it's relatively safe, and I believe at higher percents it can kill. At the very least, it sends them into a good position because it sends them more upwards, meaning that you can juggle with your moves like up air, which is, again, one of Bowser Jr.'s better moves. It's very disjointed and sends the opponent obviously up. Hits above him at a very wide angle, and it's generally hard to contest, deals good damage, resets the position so he can keep himself in that sort of position of advantage. Cola, for what it's worth, was very good at surviving, especially stock 1. That's another thing that Destruction could potentially work on, but was also very good at finding these kills. Maybe not confirming into them as much. Roy has a couple very key confirms, primarily a sweet spot jab into a reverse back air. However, Cola doesn't seem to want to go for those, instead choosing to use more raw smash attacks and side B. He could also work a bit on his spacing. Cola's use of side B, while not bad, he hits with the tip of it a lot, and that does follow the trend that rest of his moves have, where the closer to it that he is, the stronger he is. So he'll probably want to space those a bit more clearly and aim a bit more towards himself and be a bit closer when activating that move, so that way he's able to hit with a strong hit of it and kill at incredibly early percents. Neither player really went for edge guards, both choosing to sort of stay on stage, and as we see, they're both going to stick to their characters in game 2, potentially see a difference in stage, potentially don't. Cola really likes FD, so we're going to be seeing them in the Pokemon Stadium instead. The platforms here could potentially prove a problem for Cola. Roy does have good juggling, and that said it could be an equal problem for Bowser Jr. See, they're trying to use that cannonball, one of the worst projectiles in the game. We can see one of the reasons why their simple hit on that cannonball will deactivate the hitbox, but it's also very slow, and while it does deal good knockback, it's generally hard to hit with it. Speaking of hard to hit and slow, that neutral special from Cola is going to be enough to take Destruction's first stock. Off stage, that move is a very punishing option if they try getting it to the ledge. Let's see here another use of that Mecha Koopa there. Destruction is able to grab them and throw them, which has a bit less risk. However, it does require him to still actively follow it, so there is some commitment involved. Cola gets hit by the up special, not predicting the explosion hitbox. Here we see Destruction using more of that side B, uses the forward smash, sends Cola off stage. Is he going to go for an edge guard? Chooses to go for a cannonball instead, hoping that the limited recovery options that Roy has will be enough to force him into it. However, Cola is able to dodge. Using a lot of side B, forward airs him, tries to get him off stage, doesn't quite. Up smash gets interrupted by the down air. Once again, getting interrupted by the down air, using a good option out of shield. As you can see here, probably very safe on shield. Gets sent off stage though. Cola going for the traditional edge guard. It's going to work again. Everybody coming in very handy. Hits the up smash on platform, furthering his lead. Cola still has yet to lose a single stock this game. However, he had a 2-stock lead going into the final stock of game 3, and he still managed to make it a last stock situation, so anything could happen here. That being said, one of those was an SD. It doesn't look like Cole is going to make the same mistake again that he did last time. He really needs to close this out. Destruction at 50%. Cole looking for an opening. Hits it with a side B, deals 15.8. So with the up special, takes him to 78. Percent slowly building. Cola chilling at 140%. Both players trying to find an opening. Cola gets it once again with that side B. However, Destruction gets it with his own side B. Goes for the forward smash, predicting a shield. Doesn't get it. That moves very safe. Pula not able to find a punish. Down air sends him off stage. Tries to do the cannonball once again. Not work. That cannonball's only hit a single time this entire set. Forward smash just barely misses. Dash attack. That not going to be enough. He's too far out for that move to connect properly. Pula trying to find the timing to be able to punish it. And we see here that kill on the side B is going to be more than enough. Pula loses his first stock. However, Destruction is at 95%. He could potentially make this comeback similar to what he almost did in game 2. He's going to have to play this very well. Gets launched off stage. Pula once again going for the flare blade. Isn't able to get it this time. Instead uses an up air trying to get him off in a juggle situation. Pretty good position for Roy. However, because of how Bowser Jr.'s car is, he will take less damage than most other characters will. Anti-airs him with the up smash, just barely not enough to kill. Footstools off of Cola, and that up tilt sweet spot. Once again, we see the strong hits near Roy is going to be enough to give Cola the set 2-0.
Step into the ring.
Alright, and here we're going to be joining mid-set here. We have Luke.com 08 versus Grape. Because we're joining mid-set, we did miss game 1, however, Grape was victorious. Currently, looks like game 2 is about to get started here soon. They're selecting their stages, potential counter picks, and we'll pick up from there. And here, game 2 of the set's about to begin. Grape, once again, going to Sephiroth that he's known for. Looks like Luke.com going Ganondorf. This is one of the most polarizing characters in the game. He's one of the slowest, yet one of the strongest. He has some of the least range, however, he has some of the most just bully options in the game. A ton of things do a ton of shield damage. He has a ton of moves that are just command grabs. He has okay combos. They're not generally that good, but the amount of damage that he does means that he doesn't typically meet them. He has a terrible recovery, high weight, the ultimate extreme of the heavyweight archetype that characters like Incineroar and Bowser tend to derive off of. This character is incredibly scary, especially as a character like Sephiroth. As we can see here, Grape has hit Luke a lot more than Luke's hit him, and yet he manages to barely have the lead. Character does a ton of damage. However, as we can see here, he has some problems landing. However, that Wizard's Foot down special when used in the air is going to be enough to take Grape's first stock as he tries to get an aggressive approach. Use the forward smash, isn't able to find a punish though. Grape is able to intercept the attempt for the attempted run with the dash. Just barely misses the forward smash, gets interrupted. Luke using his own up smash. One of the few moves that can realistically somewhat contend with Sephiroth's range. Dash attack sends him off stage. This could potentially be the stock. Grape with excellent up smashes, and he predicts the down smash. While that move doesn't start up immediately, he's able to use an up air in order to sort of counter that. You can see here Luke using a lot of side B trying to get his openings. That move sets the opponent onto the ground. However, it is technical. Looks like Grape is missing some of his timing though. Oh, but charges in directly into the forward smash with the offensive up B and is able to hit just in time before he's able to let it rip. Reads in the roll, however, doesn't get it. Hits him with his own up smash after his opponent whiffs it. Goes for a down smash on stage, looking to try to get that shield break. That move does bonus shield damage. Ganondorf once again predicts it, tries to catch it with an up smash anti-air, but it's not able to get it. Trying to predict offense here and do forward smashes, sort of interrupted. Ganondorf's shield looking awful low. Luke's gonna have to play very carefully here. He's not gonna be able to shield any of Grape's attacks, or else his shield will break, and that is basically going to transfer to the stock. However, similarly, avoiding it just blindly is also going to do that. Back-to-back stock trades here, with Sephiroth taking his and then immediately getting his taken afterwards with the forward smash. Hits him with the flame choke, using the down tilt. It's one of his best options, and he accidentally misinputs an up tilt. That is Ganondorf's worst move by far, one of the worst moves in the game. It's incredibly slow and incredibly easy to avoid and punish, as we can see here. However, he still manages to have the lead. Grape gets one wing at 94%. Any of Ganon's moves Ganon has a lot of moves that are strong enough and will simply kill him here. Dash attack could potentially be on the cusp of that. Trying to use fireballs with the F smash. That could have been the game. Any of these forward smashes hit, any of his smash attacks hit, and many of his aerials will be enough to end the game here. Oh, goes for the Wizard's Foot again. Dash attack just barely misses. Tries using the down air. That is range that Gandalf cannot contest. In the sweet spot of Sephiroth's forward smash is going to take it. Grape wins the set in a narrow 2-0 victory.
Step into the ring.
Alright, so for one of our last matches of the day here, we're going to be having Cola versus Ghost. This is another set that we're joining midway through. Cola took game 1 using his signature Roy, while Ghost here using Captain Falcon. This game was on Battlefield, and Cola managed to pull out a victory. So with game 2 beginning, we'll see what changes. Maybe Ghost will switch characters, maybe the stage will change, or maybe he thinks he can potentially try and get the same results that he did first game. Maybe Ghost will try to counterpick him, or maybe he thinks he'll be able to just work around what he's learned about Cola through the experience in match 1, finding counters to his strategies, and potentially win. We'll see. Falcon is a character, again, very fast mobility-wise. A lot of his moves aren't super quick to start up. And against a character like Roy, who has a sword, that's usually not a recipe for success, especially given that Falcon's range is not the greatest. However, because of Roy's unique mechanic where his sword is incredibly strong, near the hilt closest to him, that might not be as big of a factor as it is with some other sword characters. Because while he is getting stuffed out through better range, the ranges at which that will be the major factor aren't going to be as bad. That being said, it does make Roy a lot more dangerous in situations where Captain Falcon's range is generally good, because Falcon is an up-close character, and here we see Ghost instead choosing to switch to Falco. Another relatively up-close character. He does have some long-range tools, though. He has a laser gun that he uses for his neutral special that can stun opponents in place, and he has the best reflector in the game. In this matchup, it doesn't matter because Roy has no projectiles. A couple of dashing moves, and that right there, that swipe, that up tilt is Falco's best move and what defines him as a character. That combos for a ton of %. It kill confirms, it starts his combos, it starts his offense. That move is Falco. We'll see if Ghost is able to make good use of it, though. Roy's Cola here has built up a comfortable lead, nearly kills him. Falco, light character, not a good recovery. Of course, not as big a factor with Cola choosing to stay on stage. Those platforms are going to be very useful for him if that's the case, because Cola will need to choose whether or not he predicts he'll simply go on stage, or as we can see here, going to platform instead, just avoiding his offense entirely. So he'll start his juggle, tries going for the Firebird offense. However, that move is not good offensively. Here we see him trying to use the laser. That move again, not super good if you spam it. You mainly want to use that move to sort of interrupt what an opponent's doing, punish them for doing things from far away where you wouldn't be able to punish otherwise, or generally interrupt their recovery attempts. Using it just raw like that's not generally good. Back air, nearly enough to kill. That move, one of Falco's signature kill moves, and Cola SD is not able to make it back to stage, mistimed the up special. Ghost has a decent lead here out of Cola with all that kill power, as we can see here. A ton of Roy's moves have very high knockback, so that will be enough to take Ghost's first stock. Both characters, both players on their second stocks. Cola only taking 10%, now 32 after a couple exchanges. Ghost setting the pace of the match here, pulling out 53. Needs to find an opening here. Just swinging, trying to find their hits. Just finds it, momentum isn't able to quite get for him though. Using a lot of up air and juggles. That move doesn't send entirely up, so it's not the greatest for juggling, but it still can get the job done. Using laser as it should be used is trying to limit opponents' movement options because they don't want to get clipped by that. Cool, once again, goes for the up special. It served him well first stock, however, at this point, that's not going to be enough to kill, even with rage. Looking for smash attacks, just looks he's trying to send him off stage. Now that we know that Ghost appears to prefer going to platform instead of going to the main stage, it looks like he might be predicting him, trying to go there and get him off stage so he can use that prediction to his advantage, or just kill him outright. We finally see here the sweet spot of that side B double edge dance that I've been talking about. That move is exceptionally strong, especially when boosted with rage against a character like Falco, who is not very heavy. All of a sudden, Ghost on his final stock. Cola at 125%. Ghost needs to find a kill here. It's getting close. Cola not quite sent off stage. Misses the tech. Barely avoids the forward smash. Trying to use double edge dance to space him out. He's able to get him off stage. Uses that to interrupt the Firebird. Once again, that move's predictability being its bane. Cole potentially finding an answer. Releasing it too soon, though. Drops the edge guard. Rose is able to get a second lease on life back on stage. Tries to go for a counter, anticipating an aggressive approach, and it's not going to be enough. Double Edge dances him off stage again. This could potentially be the stock. Kula on match point right here. Goes for the Blazer up special. Not quite enough to kill. Barely avoiding the Phantasm. Just far enough. Cole is able to make it back. If it was any farther than that, he might not have been able to. Forder sends him off stage yet again. Cole at 171, not yet dead. Ghost just cannot find this kill. Cole has max rage. All of his moves deal 10% more knockback, and that up smash. It's going to be enough. Cole wins the set 2-0.
Now the true battle begins.
Alright, folks, and looks like that will be our last set of the day. Thank you so much for tuning in to week 4 of Florida Stage Esports JD Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and we'll catch you next week.